we start off. He says, "What's up, Payo Time? Thoughts on Jared Goff? I knew some Rams fans that called him a bum." So I think my follower David wants to know what were your thoughts and your opinions of Goff when he was on the Rams. Why do you think they traded him away? But overall, what is the overall sense of Jared Goff to you and probably most Rams fans?
Yeah, so I'm one of those Rams fans that I remember what it was like before Goff, and for many years we were very unstable at the quarterback position. So Goff brought in a stability to that position. I'm of the mindset of I had my criticisms, I had my frustrations with Goff, but for as long as he was our quarterback, I was very thankful for the work that he did. He had some games where he balled out. He had some games that he absolutely lost it for us, for sure. When the trade happened for Stafford, I was shocked. I did not see it coming. And I'm excited for it. I'm really excited for that. However, I don't wish Jared Goff any ill for the rest of his career. I do think it's an important year for him in Detroit. I think that if he doesn't perform consistently and raise his football IQ, because the guy's got amazing arm talent, but he has always struggled to read defenses, and often teams like the 49ers, if they can block his first and second read, he really struggles against them. And so I hope that he's still a young player, and I wish him nothing but the best in Detroit. But I am excited about Stafford.
One thing I can say about Jared Goff, because he played in Cal and I watched him a lot. He didn't have like the win records, because at the time there was a transitional period from Tedford to, I forgot who was the coach, but Goff was really good. He was a really great pocket passer. One thing that he was really good at in his final year with Cal was the growth that he did. And unfortunately, if he would have had a better college system, better coach, I think he would have developed much better. Probably he still would have been with the Rams. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, the league is moving into a new direction as the quarterback position continues to evolve. Mm-hmm. Even though Tom Brady and Drew Brees, they had very long runs in the NFL, the pocket passer is slowly going to move away. That doesn't mean that we're going to see like 32 Lamar Jacksons, but we're still going to see quarterbacks that are still capable of being in that pocket, but they're also going to be very more dangerous moving around. And one thing about Stafford, because I saw a lot of Thanksgiving games, when he was with the team, and when he had Caldwell, who's probably one of the most underappreciated coaches, Agreed. And the Lions gave up on him way too early. The only 3 years in a row, they had 3 winning seasons, and they made the playoffs twice. So we'll see what McVay is going to do with Stafford. The problem that I'm scared of, and you can prove me wrong, is that McVay runs the same offense as Kyle Shanahan. And even though Stafford has better traits than Jimmy Garoppolo, and we don't know about Trey Lance here in the Bay Area, San Francisco country, there's still a little bit of worry about our quarterbacks. But in your mind, what do you think McVay is going to get with Stafford at that position? Because Goff, he basically held his hand as long as he could to make sure he played really well. So in your mind, what will Stafford do more different than when he was in Detroit?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. The biggest thing is, as I mentioned before about the football IQ, Stafford can read defenses way better than Jared Goff can. And the other thing that Goff always had McVay in his ear, and other teams sort of figured that out, and they could, if they could confuse Goff at the line of scrimmage when there was 15 seconds left and McVay couldn't talk to him in the headset anymore, that was the time to mess with the Rams offense, right? And I think the Niners and some other teams were able to figure that out. What Stafford gains in LA that he never had in Detroit is receivers that he doesn't have to always throw open. Kupp and Woods, they can get themselves open, and they're especially down the field. Stafford is definitely more of a gunslinger than Goff, which I think McVay really wants. Especially the past 2 seasons, Goff just seems so hesitant to throw it down the field. And as many of you know, there's a difference between throwing an interception to a cornerback that made a good play on the ball and throwing an interception to like a linebacker or a defensive tackle. And that's what Goff was doing, right? Like a lot of his interceptions were getting, with like around the line of scrimmage where he's getting picked off, right? And that's just the most frustrating thing ever. But I think the other thing is we do run a very similar offensive scheme to the Niners in the Kyle Shanahan system. McVay probably does a little more jet sweeps and like jet sweep action than the Niners do. But we have 2 very capable running backs in Darrell Henderson and Cam Akers. And I think both of those are like running backs are better than any running back that Matt Stafford has had his entire career. And there's the stat that you hear all the time in Matt Stafford's 12 years. He's only had 11 running backs that run for over 100 yards in a game. And like that just flabbergasts me. I think there's a chance with a 17-game season that the Rams get 11 games this season with a running back over 100 yards.